You wake up and feel nothing excites you anymore. The day stretches ahead like an empty road. You wonder if something is wrong with you. Your friends seem busy, but you feel content doing nothing. Society tells you to stay active, but you crave stillness. This feeling is not loneliness. It is not depression. It might be something far more profound than you think. What if boredom is not your enemy, but your greatest teacher? Today, I will show you why some older people embrace boredom and why this might be the wisest choice they ever made. Stay with me because this will change how you see your golden years. Let me share something that researchers discovered at the University of Central Lancaster. Dr. Sandy Mann conducted studies on boredom and creativity. Her team found that boredom activates the default mode network in our brains. This is the same network responsible for imagination and self-reflection. When we are bored, our minds wander into deep thought. Older adults who allow themselves to be bored show higher levels of creative problem-solving. The research was published in 2013 and changed how psychologists view boredom. Think about this for a moment. Your boredom might be your brain asking for space to process life. The ancient Greeks understood this concept deeply. They had a word called skole, which means leisure or rest. This is where we get the word school from. For the Greeks, true learning happened during moments of stillness. Philosophers like Socrates and Plato did their best thinking while sitting quietly. They believed wisdom comes from contemplation, not constant activity. In modern times, we forgot this ancient truth. We fill every moment with noise and distraction, but your generation remembers what it means to simply be. Now let me tell you about the Japanese concept of ma. Ma represents the space between things. It is the pause between notes in music. It is the emptiness in a room that gives it character. Japanese culture teaches that ma is essential for beauty and meaning. When you embrace boredom, you are practicing ma. You are giving yourself the gift of space. This is not laziness. This is profound wisdom that younger generations are only now rediscovering. Research from the University of Virginia shows something fascinating. In 2014, Professor Timothy Wilson conducted an experiment. Participants were asked to sit alone in a room for 15 minutes. They had nothing to do except think. Most people found this extremely difficult. Some even chose to give themselves electric shocks rather than sit with their thoughts. But here's what matters. Older adults performed better in this test than younger participants. They were more comfortable with silence and stillness. Their brains had learned to appreciate the value of doing nothing. I want you to comment below and share your experience. Do you feel pressure to stay busy all the time? Tell me how boredom makes you feel. I genuinely want to understand your journey because your voice matters. Let us talk about what happens in your brain during boredom. Neuroscientists at the University of Southern California studied this. Dr. Antonio Damasio found that idle moments strengthen autobiographical memory. When you are bored, your brain reviews your life experiences. It consolidates memories and creates meaning from your past. This is why older people often reflect during quiet moments. Your brain is not wasting time. It is building a coherent narrative of your entire life. This process is essential for wisdom and emotional well-being. Boredom allows you to make peace with your past. It helps you understand who you are at the deepest level. The Stoic philosophers of ancient Rome knew this truth. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations about the power of stillness. He believed that inner peace comes from accepting the present moment. Seneca taught that we should not fear empty time. He said that the mind needs rest just like the body. These ancient teachers lived over 2,000 years ago, yet their wisdom about boredom remains relevant today. You are following in the footsteps of the greatest thinkers in history. Let me share findings from the Max Planck Institute in Germany in 2018. Researchers there studied aging and cognitive function. They discovered that older adults who spent time in quiet reflection showed better emotional regulation. These individuals reported higher life satisfaction. They had fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression. The key factor was their ability to embrace solitude without fear. Boredom was not their enemy, it was their pathway to inner peace. Think about what this means for your daily life. Every moment of boredom is an opportunity. Modern society pushes productivity at every age. We are told to learn new skills and stay constantly engaged. But research from Stanford University tells a different story. Dr. Laura Carstensen developed the socio-emotional selectivity theory. Her work shows that older adults naturally shift their priorities. They focus less on acquiring new information. Instead, they prioritize emotional meaning and present moment experiences. This is why boredom becomes more acceptable with age. Your brain is not declining, it is becoming more selective about what deserves your attention. Boredom is a sign that you are no longer chasing meaningless stimulation. You have earned the right to simply exist. I spend countless hours researching this information for you. My goal is to help you understand yourself better. If this video is helping you, please consider subscribing. Your support allows me to continue creating content that matters. Now, let us explore the spiritual dimensions of boredom. Buddhist meditation practices are built on embracing emptiness. Monks spend hours sitting in silent meditation. They are not trying to think or achieve anything. They simply observe their minds without judgment. This practice leads to enlightenment and deep peace. The Zen tradition teaches that boredom is the doorway to presence. When you stop running from boredom, you discover your true self. Western psychology is finally catching up to these ancient insights. Dr. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi studied flow states and optimal experience. He found that people need periods of low stimulation. These boring moments allow the mind to reset. After boredom, people enter flow states more easily. Creativity and productivity actually increase after doing nothing. Your boredom is preparing you for moments of brilliance. Consider the research from Yale University on aging and purpose. Professor Becca Levy found that positive attitudes about aging extend lifespan. People who embrace the natural rhythms of older age live longer. Fighting against aging and constant busyness creates stress. This stress accelerates aging and reduces quality of life. But accepting boredom as natural reduces this stress significantly. You are not broken for wanting less stimulation. You are adapting wisely to your stage of life. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Tell them that boredom is not the enemy. Let me tell you about the default mode network again. This brain network was discovered by Dr. Marcus Reichel at Washington University. It activates when we are not focused on the external world. During boredom, this network lights up intensely. It helps us plan for the future. It allows us to understand other people better. It consolidates our sense of self and identity. Without boredom, this crucial brain function cannot happen. Modern life with constant screens and notifications disrupts this network. Older people who resist constant stimulation are protecting their brain health. The ancient Chinese philosophy of Taoism celebrates this principle. The Tao Te Ching speaks about the power of doing nothing. It is called Wu Wei, or effortless action. The idea is that forcing things creates resistance. Allowing things to unfold naturally creates harmony. When you accept boredom, you practice Wu Wei. You stop fighting against the natural flow of your life. This brings peace that no amount of activity can provide. Your ancestors understood this wisdom intuitively. Before television and internet, people sat on porches, They watched the world go by without guilt. They understood that not every moment needs to be filled. The Industrial Revolution changed our relationship with time. Suddenly, productivity became the measure of worth. But you do not have to accept this modern tyranny. Research from the University of Michigan supports your instincts. Studies show that nature exposure reduces stress and improves cognition. But here is the interesting part. Simply sitting in nature without doing anything provides the greatest benefits. Walking and hiking are good, but sitting still is better. Your body and mind need true rest. Boredom in a natural setting is profoundly healing. This is not laziness. This is advanced self-care backed by science. I want to hear from you again. Please comment and share your story with me. Do you struggle with guilt when you are bored? Tell me what thoughts come up during your quiet moments. Your experiences can help others feel less alone. Let us discuss the social pressure around staying active. The World Health Organization recommends activity for older adults. Exercise is important for physical health, but mental rest is equally crucial. Too much emphasis on activity creates shame around rest. The Cleveland Clinic published research on rest and recovery. They found that adequate mental downtime prevents burnout. It improves memory consolidation and emotional processing. Rest is not optional. It is a biological necessity for healthy aging. You are honoring your body when you embrace boredom. Think about the creativity that emerges from empty time. Many great artists and writers were prolific in their later years. Georgia O'Keeffe created stunning work in her 70s and 80s. Frank Lloyd Wright designed the Guggenheim Museum at age 76. Giuseppe Verdi composed operas in his 80s. These people understood that creativity needs space. Boredom gave them room for their genius to emerge. Your potential does not disappear with age. It simply needs different conditions to flourish. The Harvard study of adult development followed people for over 80 years. This is one of the longest studies on human happiness. Dr. Robert Waldinger leads it now. The research shows that happiness in old age comes from accepting life as it is. Fighting against natural changes creates suffering. Embracing the slower pace brings contentment. Boredom is part of this slower, natural pace. It is not a problem to solve. It is a feature of wisdom and maturity. Let me share one more powerful concept. The psychiatrist Carl Jung talked about the second half of life. He said that after middle age, our purpose changes. We stop building our identity and start discovering our true self. This requires introspection and stillness. Boredom creates the conditions for this inner work. Without it, we remain stuck in outdated patterns. Your boredom is an invitation to go deeper. It is asking you to know yourself at a profound level. I have researched these ideas for months to bring you this information. My mission is to help you live your best life at any age. If you found value here today, please hit subscribe. It truly helps me continue this important work. Now, what should you do with this knowledge? First, release any guilt about feeling bored. You are not lazy or unmotivated. You are experiencing something natural and healthy. Second, allow yourself unstructured time each day. Sit without television or phone. Let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. Third, notice the thoughts that arise during boredom. They might be memories or insights or questions. All of them are valuable parts of your inner world. Fourth, resist the pressure to fill every moment. You do not need another hobby or project. Sometimes the best thing you can do is absolutely nothing. The ancient wisdom traditions agree with modern neuroscience. Boredom is a portal to deeper consciousness. It is a gift that becomes more precious with age. Your willingness to be bored shows tremendous courage. In a world obsessed with productivity, you choose presence. In a culture that fears emptiness, you embrace it. This is not resignation, this is liberation. You have lived long enough to know what truly matters, and sometimes what matters most is simply being alive, breathing in and breathing out, watching light move across the wall, feeling the weight of your own existence. This is enough. You are enough. Thank you for watching until the end. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I read every single one because your voice matters to me. If this helped you, please share it with someone who needs this message. Subscribe for more content that honors the wisdom of age. Remember that boredom is not your enemy. It is your teacher and your friend. Embrace it and discover the peace you have been searching for.